All right. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I am your mini medium on the amazing A1R Psychic Radio and the beautiful Moonstruck TV. I have been sitting here as I'm getting ready to get myself grounded and focused. And I'll tell you, it's been a bit of a challenge from just some things. I mean, just personal stuff, but so I'm kind of I'm I'm very cautiously optimistic about how spirit comes in today. So it's been kind of one of those days of just lots of weird stuff. But anyhow, I hope you guys are having a beautiful week and you got through this last Mercury retrograde, which I don't know about you guys, but some of these retrogrades with Mercury, it ends up really putting me in a weird funk. Sometimes it causes things, my autoimmune deficiencies to flare. And I don't know if I don't believe in coincidences. So I think it's all like, maybe it's just part of the energy. But yeah, so it's been a little bit of a rough few weeks in some aspects, but I'm so glad that we're past it. How did you guys do with, we had Friday was the Lionsgate portal, right? The 8/8. Saturday was the full moon, the sturgeon moon, right? So, and then we had Sunday, which was the last day of the Mercury retrograde. So lots of really interesting energy the last 3 days. So yeah, we'll have to see how how things pan out now post retrograde. So anyhow, but I kind of wanted to share some really quick with you guys, and then of course we'll be getting into readings, and we're going to pull an affirmation. I wanted to just shout out a couple things that are coming up with some events. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. I'm sure that many, would assume that, but it's one of my favorite. But so I have a Halloween annual mini medium Halloween event coming up, and it'll be in Bountiful, Utah on October 4th. And then I have another event coming up September 27th at it's called the Elks Lodge. And all this information is on my website at mini-medium.com. So the little dash medium.com. And my assistant Mandy gets everything on there. You can purchase tickets. If you have any questions, go and there's a little kind of an email questionnaire thing you can send in. If you're local and you want to schedule a party, parties are booking up really fast. I will be going to New Jersey in November for the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo. Many know that my other passion and what I love to do is fascinated with the paranormal, the ghost hunting, right? Paranormal investigations. So imagine that, but as a medium, it's intriguing and it's fun and it's also very fulfilling to be able to share my gifts to help people in that perspective. So just wanted to kind of throw those out. I'm probably forgetting a couple, but you can get them on the website. All right, well then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull an affirmation. Now, the affirmation that I'm pulling, just be mindful, this is for everybody collectively. And the number that I've been seeing all day today has been the number 18. So if some of you aren't familiar with what that's about, when I start to really open myself up and I welcome any loved ones in spirit or your spirit guides to come in and use my energy, numbers will start to come in through visions. Sometimes I just hear the number through clairaudient. So the number 18 has been really strong today. So this would be the 18th of a month as a significant date, whether it's birth date, death date, age of 18, January 8th. We could be, 2018 was a very significant year. So it can also be that you have someone in spirit that would have been 18. And this is how they start to communicate, or it's connected directly to you. And, whether it's your birthday or January 8th or however it may be. So we'll kind of see how how this pans out for today. I love it. Every time that I see these numbers, I'll tell you well, spirit never ceases to amaze me. It's incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and let's quickly pull this affirmation, and then we're going to get to our first caller and share some beautiful messages. Okay. All right, my friends. So the affirmation for this week for everybody says, every day I am stronger, braver, and wiser. I live and grow in harmony with the universe. Ooh, I love this one. Give me goosebumps. So every day I am stronger, braver, and wiser. I live and grow in harmony with the universe. Isn't that beautiful? You guys can kind of see, I'll show you on camera, the beautiful butterfly there. A lot of people connect to butterflies with their departed loved ones, right? My dad has passed, and I connect butterflies with my dad, and my mom has passed, and I connect dragonflies with my mom. And so I think it's just kind of whatever, that you feel within your beautiful intuition, whatever sign, that you resonate with. So some people have some funky, crazy signs and, symbols or whatever it may be. And I love it. I love hearing all the different ones and then the whys. There's always the why behind it. So no matter what, even if it's really weird and crazy and strange, whatever comes to you, that's your beautiful loved one in spirit whispering in your ear, getting your attention. So don't ever doubt it. Ever, ever. Okay. All right, my friends. So we are going to go ahead and take our first caller. And this is exciting. I've got Ann. Ann is from Salt Lake City, right here in my hometown. Hi, Ann. This is Mini Medium. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, except I'm from LaBarge, Wyoming. I'm just in Salt Lake at the hospital.
Oh, Ann, bless your heart. Oh my gosh. Okay. And so you're
I'm
in
not in the
Salt Lake.
hospital.
Oh,
Yes, I'm
good.
taking care of somebody that's in the hospital, but yes.
Oh, oh my goodness. But you're from Wyoming. Okay. So that's still not too
I,
far
I
from
am.
Salt Lake. Yeah, I love
No,
that.
no.
Well, I hope whoever is in the hospital that you were there with, is getting better, and we're sending lots of good positive energy your way. Okay, hun.
Yeah, thank you. We're thinking that this surgery will do the trick.
Good. Good. I love it. Okay. All right, my friend. How can I help you tonight?
Oh, let's see. We've spoken before. Um, and
Oh,
if you're
good.
talking about the 18th, I think that's when we finally got to connect after your granddaughter threw your phone away.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. We met at Phenomicon.
Yes,
Is
we
that,
did.
oh my gosh. And how are you?
I'm good.
Oh my gosh. That's
And so
amazing. That was a while ago, about a year ago, huh?
it
That
was
is,
about a year ago, and I've
yeah.
had quite a year. So,
Oh my gosh. Well, you sound amazing. I'm sorry you're in Utah for what you are, but I can't wait to connect tonight. Is there a specific, is there a question or just whatever comes, whatever you're feeling drawn to?
just whatever comes, dear. I mean, like I said, I've
Okay.
had a quite a year, and I think things are on the upturn. I kind of want to know.
Yeah.
Um, really feel like I've had a lot of angels around and a
Good.
lot of helpers and guides being sent by them and whatnot. You told me I was
Yeah.
going to do shadow work, and I have been. Thank goodness. It
Yeah.
probably saves my sanity. So,
Oh,
but just
I,
whatever
you
comes
know,
to you that you think I need to know.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Well, I always say, shadow work is not meant to be easy because it's the things that, it's the hard things. And our brain isn't built to do hard things. So we end up like, trying to avoid it or, procrastinate, doing what we need to do. But I'll tell you, once you get into your shadow self and you start to understand, why you do the things you do and or why you have the energy that you have or put out there, it really helps you to love yourself even more, but also, to love the flaws, quote unquote. But then it also helps you, to get past those, barriers and the hard things that really hold us back from living our best life. So I'm happy to hear, and I love hearing that you've been working on that. That's so wonderful. I love it. Well, so let's see what's going on, and we'll just kind of do general reading, but then we'll also see. Oh my gosh, okay. I have to show really quick. And so I just pulled cards, very randomly. If you might remember with readings, I just use the cards as a visual validation for what my gifts are bringing to me. And I'm telling you, this is where I always say the veil is so thin right now. And the two cards that fell out that I pulled for you, I'll show on camera here, and then you can always go watch, on Facebook or on the website. But so you pulled this Ten of Cups card, and it came out right side up. And then you pulled this Eight of Wands card, and that came out reversed. So there's your shadow work, my friend. And 10 and 8 is 18. Okay, how interesting is that?
Oh, wow.
I always say, I need to go play the lottery,
There you
and
go.
predict my own numbers. Um, so some things that I love with these cards, and I'll kind of explain how the cards are meshing with what I'm seeing. So whenever you pull a cup, in tarot, as it comes out right side up like yours is, what that means is that that cup is either empty and it needs to be filled, or it means that the cup is overflowing, and it can be, the saying, my cup runneth over. Um, but this can
Hmm.
also be running over with not such good stuff. So keep that in mind for a moment. Then this Eight of Wands reversed, which I love. Here we are in August. You pulled the eight. I'm all about numbers, by the way. Um, and a wand is fire. A wand is where you're, in a sense, it's like a fairy godmother wand. And you're using that wand to get what you want, when you want, and how you want it. So if anything, my friend, the two cards are really validating all the work you've been doing, the last year, really starting to focus on the cups that are running over with goodness, but then also making sure you're filling up your cup. So this is where the shadow work comes in, and it's about letting go, my friend, and it's about just surrendering to the divine, surrendering to whatever comes. And, I always say everything happens for a reason. I know it's a cliche saying, but I truly believe it. Uh, one thing I
I
will tell you too. Oh, go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. What were
Okay.
you going to say?
I get flowing and things just start going. um,
No,
but
go for it.
one thing I'm telling you, I want you to be mindful of October. I'm going out to about October, November, and I really feel about that time you're going to see what I would say is a shift in the momentum of how things have been. But it's in a very positive way. And I'm always very transparent and honest. I tell people I won't sugarcoat it. I tell you what you need to hear. And as I see about that time, it's a sense of we're really filling up that empty cup that for you personally has been empty. This is filling up your cup. But then we've got the one that is overflowing with goodness. But when we got the other one that's not such goodness. So the good news is about that time, the stuff that's been so difficult, the cup that's been overflowing with, the negative or the heavy stuff, I really feel it visually, it sounds weird, but it gets pushed away. So for me, that means you're going to be really seeing all the blessings, all the goodness, and just that beautiful energy that you put out in the universe. Um, I also feel like I've got some spirit coming in. This very much feels to be a dad, father. Has dad passed, Anne? Has your dad passed?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to keep in mind, he very well, he's showing me about that October, November time as well. I don't know if this is a birth date or death, month. Does that resonate with you?
It does. Um, I have been caretaking for my husband and my sister since February,
Ah,
and full time, and it's been a lot.
wow. Yeah.
Thank heavens for shadow work and whatnot because, like I said, it's probably saved my life. I've gone nuts. But the physical therapist we found has said, "Give me till November," and before she tries to go home, and so
Ah,
that's her shoot date. So
I
maybe
love
Dad's
it.
telling me that it will work out. She will be ready to go home in November, and I can release and relax when she
Yep.
does. So,
Oh, okay. Now I have goosebumps everywhere, my friend. That is my validation. That's exactly what dad is trying to bring us. Because if you look at it, that time is where, you're going to be able to have the space to, give back to yourself. And then the cup that has been, heavy stuff. Now you get to push that to the side because we're past that now. And you can take a big, deep breath. So that makes so much sense. And I knew when dad popped in very quickly, I thought, oh, this is dad going, yes, yes. So I hope this helped you, my friend. I know I have another caller, but definitely message me
you do that.
offline. Yeah, and I'd love to just say hi and catch up a little bit.
I'd love to talk with you, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Have
you're
a good
welcome,
night.
and have you
Bye,
too,
Jess.
hun. Bye. Bye bye, hun. All right, you guys, isn't that amazing? I love when our loved ones on the other side come in and they're like, yes, yes, this is it. They'll just validate it. Okay. All right, guys, we have time for another caller. So I believe that I think it was Luann I saw from Connecticut. Hi, Luann. This is the mini medium.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good,
How are
good.
you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I always feel like I always feel like I'm always asking, and then when someone asks me back, I went, "Oh, someone asked me." Oh, but how can I help you tonight, hon?
um, so there's a guy that's been in and out of my life, and I it came back in during Mercury retrograde, and it's gonna come
Oh,
back around, and I don't know if this
yep.
is like, do I stay or do I go? Like, is this going somewhere or is this not going somewhere?
Okay. All right. You got it, hon. I'm gonna pull a few cards here, see if we get some, visual validation, and just some advice, intuitive advice for everybody out there. But anytime that we are in that retrograde, Mercury retrograde, that's usually where the X's start coming out of the woodwork, and they
Mm-hmm.
start coming
Uh,
in and yeah, and they tell us what we wanna hear. They, do things that we, feel like they never did in the past, and then we get past retrograde, and then it's like things go back to the way they were. And just so I always say be very careful during the, retrogrades because it's just where it's the universe challenging you and the universe going, all right, I'm going to give you this time to really do some shadow work, like I was telling with Anne, and we're going to see how you react and respond. And then if you react and respond in a productive way or there seems to be progress, then, then the universe goes, "Oh, you're ready." But if we keep going back and backtracking, then it's like a vicious cycle. So
well,
um,
it's
yeah,
not really backtracking. It's an energy that just won't die. I don't know how to
that's fair.
describe it.
That's fair.
I mean, we haven't been romantic in a year and a half, and but it's not that
Okay.
um, when we split romantically, we were lifelong friends. We split romantically after a year and a half,
Okay.
I guess,
Oh, okay.
pulling, and it's
Gotcha.
been over a year since we've been together. But he's still
Uh,
been in my life because he's the little brother of a dear friend who passed away, and
yeah.
his anniversary will be September 2nd. So I know I will see him
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Okay, I have to tell you, you just said September 2nd, and I'm all about numbers and numerology, and I've been seeing the number 18 today, and September 2nd is 9 and 2, which is 9 times 2 is 18. There's there's some feeling of maybe this young man that connects to you that his past might be trying to come in and be a little bit tricky with me. Like, uh, the spirit knows I hate math. I can do it, but it's not my favorite. And they'll literally do this kind of stuff. So we very well may have a little bit of, this mail coming in. Um, which, I always say they're the best guides. I listen to them more than anything. But let's talk about the cards that came out, and I'll help you with this. And so, are you familiar with what a twin flame is? It's not my favorite thing to
Yes.
throw out there, but do you know much about that?
Yes.
You're laughing, going, "Yes, I've heard this many times." Um, well, here's your sign, my friend. Um, and twin flames, I'm just not a big fan of throwing twin flame or soulmate. It's just not my thing. But I'll say, you found your person. Twin flame, I kind of feel that there's that energy there. But I really do feel this relationship, this guy is like a twin flame energy. Twin flames always come back around. They never leave your side. I mean, and the way I kind of put this, just this is for everyone else who maybe doesn't know what a twin flame is. How I put in perspective is, here's this soul that comes down, from the heavens, if you will. It splits off. One part of the soul goes into your body at conception, the other goes in his at conception. And then what happens is throughout life, that magnetic energy pulls you together and you can't pull it apart. And then when you do pull it apart, it just finds its way back, you know. So the good news is this guy will always be in your life. The bad news is this guy will always be in your life. You know? It's it's the twin flame karmic energy. um, but I'll tell you, I love even with your cards that I pulled, my friend. So you pulled this Knight of Pentacles. I'll show them on camera too. You pulled a Knight of Pentacles reversed, and then you pulled a King of Cups reversed. And here we've got two very masculine energies, right? The divine masculine, the Knight and the King. So this is where I always say, even the cards will validate, the stuff you're dealing with, right up front on that heart chakra. You're a very loving person, my friend. I can feel it. My gosh, my friend, you give all. It's like wearing your heart on your sleeve. Um, and I always say, it's a blessing and a curse in that sense. So one thing that I do, yeah, I feel. Let me ask you. I just heard a name, so um, I keep getting name like C or K, two syllable. So like Kevin or Calvin, Kenneth, two syllable C or K name. Living or past? Do you resonate with
Kenneth.
that name by chance?
Kenneth passed.
Who, who is Kenneth? Then?
So Kenneth is actually a guy that I tried to hunt down over the years. He was a profound person of healing in my dating life, and I tried to track him down to let him know some things, and found out that I found his obituary.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Was this within the last year and a half?
Yes.
Okay. He's here. And this is where I'm telling you, the names have been coming in so strong. The veil is so thin. And, as I'm getting ready to give you some, guidance and, how to move forward with this, anytime a soul comes in that strong and, I can hear the name that clearly, it really means that they are very protective of you. And I do feel that he is that way. I do feel that I need to tell you, as I'm hearing him, that you are And I'll PG rate it. How's that? So how I hear some of the things he's saying, I'm like, I can't say that on the radio. um, he's hilarious. Um, I'm just going to say you are an amazing mother. You are an amazing woman. He keeps saying that, when they say the one that got away, he keeps saying that, the one that got away. Do you understand that?
With him, no.
Do you feel that's with this gentleman we're talking about?
It could be. I would see it
Okay,
more with him.
okay, okay. Um, and you know, the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know that saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
keeps saying that about you. So he knows you're stubborn. Um, I told you he's hilarious. One thing I will
He's the
tell you.
greatest.
Oh, go ahead, hon.
Oh no, he is the greatest. When I dated
Yeah,
him, I was in such a bad space, and he called
well,
me out on everything.
there you go.
But
That's why he's here.
he was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love it. Gosh, I know I've got about 90 seconds here. I'm going to get all this in. So some things that I just want to tell you that he's showing me, but I'm also seeing, through, clairvoyancy, claircognizant as visions that pop in. Um, just, I want you to really, um, take the next 4 months. You're probably not going to like me for saying this, and just kind of do a detox with the masculine energies around you, that as much as you can. Because I do feel next year, January, very beginning of the year, there is a new connection. Now, it could be this guy that you're talking with, but it's for that to happen, it's like a cleanse for you. Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain this the best way I can.
Um, yes,
It's not what you want to hear, I know. Well, I've got like 30
thank you so
seconds,
much.
and so you're welcome. Will you message me offline at my website mini-medium.com? I want to share some other stuff just because we don't have time tonight, but I would love to share some other things. Does that work okay?
Okay. Yes, can you give me that again?
Yeah. Mini dash, so the little dash, medium.com.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, and have a good night, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Oh, amazing, amazing connections and readings tonight. So I gotta go. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. Much love and light. Bye, guys.